Hello, I'm Teacher Karina, and I'm here to raise a question. After all, what's in store for contemporary readers then? After the atrocities of so many wars, it wasn't so hard to accept the idea that there was no benevolent God watching over us. Even in the midst of people's joy and relief that the war was over, the predominant attitude was disillusionment. Okay, so God is dead and life is meaningless. Now what? In the aftermath of a war whose actions and results were almost incomprehensible, writers found themselves with new dilemmas. The pre-war world was gone, and a whole new world had taken its place. Post-war writers concerned themselves not so much with moaning over the loss of God, but with how to find ways to cope with a world in which the only constant was change. And as life changed ever more and ever more rapidly, literature changed with it. If contemporary literature is defined as anything after 1945, it makes natural sense that books about war reveal serious thematic and stylistic changes in literature. Take writers such as George Orwell, Anthony Burgess, and Philip K. Dick. The future was a bleak, terrible, post-apocalyptic place for them. More than adding value to the science fiction genre, these writers were actually all writing about totalitarian regimes and mind control. So, my friend, it is time to put your old books aside. Let's get contemporary and listen to the Beatles. Super duper hippie. You see, the word hippie came from hipster, which was used by the beatniks and embedded into African American jive slang. It meant sophisticated, currently fashionable, fully up to date. The Beats adopted the term hip, and early hippies inherited the language and countercultural values of the Beat generation. In America, just as the post-war economic boom was taking hold, students in universities were beginning to question the rampant materialism of their society. The Beat generation was a product of this questioning. In addition to their dissatisfaction with consumer culture, the Beats railed against the taboos of their parents' generation. While American morale was up, 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 writers like Jack Kerouac and poets like Allen Ginsberg changed the status quo with long, rambling, and often brilliant novels and poetry. In a way or another, contemporary literature argues that facts are unreliable, influenced by culture, historical perspective, language games, and other undiscovered or deliberately omitted facts. Temporary film and literature have by no means given up the ghost of existential thoughts. Chuck Palahniuk and Stanley Kubrick have so recently created works of art that follow the existential philosophy. Palahniuk offers a prime example of how existentialist ideas can still permeate work that is firmly rooted in the contemporary idiom. In Fight Club, readers are introduced to a fast-talking, mentally unstable protagonist who cannot escape the commercial, postmodern world which he inhabits. Given that Palahniuk is writing right now, many interpretations are absolutely possible. One could even read that an embrace of commodity culture a sellout to buy in is the most meaningful response possible in a world that has come to pass in the 21st century. Because of this ability to encompass contradictions, contemporary literature, like contemporary society, sometimes seems schizophrenic. Even though it questions and denigrates the use and value of language, it uses language carefully and precisely to draw our attention to the very concept that we are all different. Even though it documents fragmentation and disintegration, it highlights the paradoxes and cultural biases of being alive. Thanks for watching. Bye.